care of your whore.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Right to Reality podcast. My name is Mixie.
My name is Steven, and we're here to recap Season 2, Episode 3 of McBee McDynasty McQuestions on McBravo on McMondays.
Yes! Another killer episode again, Steven.
The Great Chicken
Massacre. Now, let's get into this, generally speaking, of what this episode was. It was good. I was enjoying it. I wasn't like, wow, what an episode. We were getting through it. We were learning things. We were figuring out the gender of a baby. And then, once again, undefeated, Galena comes through with a banger of a second half of this episode.
You gotta count on the Russians to really bring something that we never thought we'd see on reality television, honestly. The questioning if chickens were killed while somebody is on vacation.
Slamming hats, breaking pans, which is impressive. Putting things in trash bags. I think overarchingly, I wrote this down. Let's find where I have it. I said, as a business, Galena should have been fired forever ago. As a reality show, whoever is in charge of following her with the camera 24/7 should have been fired. Because how are we missing this stuff, guys? Come on.
There needs to be an all-time detail on her, much like Secret Service. But this Secret Service is a Secret Service to us, the audience, that we have a camera crew embedded, if you will, with Galena to catch all these moments. But I will say, if she has the camera crew with her, does she allegedly go to attack these chickens and to take a frying pan to a cowboy hat, which seems such a strange object to pick?
I mean, and also like the flashbacks that they showed of them like cooking with that frying pan was such a little tasty treat. There's so much to get into with all of this. I get what you're saying about if a camera crew was there, would she have done it? I still think she would have.
Maybe we need to give her 3 days off and just see what happens with 3 days off for her to plot for 3 days. Give her a long holiday weekend, if you will.
They're probably giving her like 3 hours and she's accomplishing this stuff. Like, imagine if you gave her days. Incredible episode yet again. I don't know how they keep topping themselves, but they do. Oh, do you have a McBee McDynasty McCafe?
I do. I have a McBee McDynasty on McBravo on McMondays McCafe for me to McDrink McCoffee.
I love that for you. I already consumed my coffee for the day.
Yeah.
I could not possibly wait any longer.
No, and we forgot our McMuffins, which is okay because this episode was enough of a delicious treat that we probably wouldn't be able to have our delicious treat because there's so much going on. Let's get to it. Mixie, where do we begin in this episode? There are so many places to begin. There's so many places. For
me, I was immediately flabbergasted. I was shooketh to my core. Mm-hmm. We get, everybody's getting ready for the episode, right? Like everybody's doing their morning routines or their little, snippets. Casey asked for popcorn chicken from the gas station. No.
Yes. Yes, Casey. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. You do not get popcorn chicken from a gas station.
Mixie has obviously never had the pleasure of having a one-off chicken place inside a gas station somewhere in the South.
No, you know that's just like the little heated like rollers that they have at 7-Eleven.
No, not in the Midwest. Not in the Midwest.
Not in the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah, but you're not eating in these like country towns. So
yes, I eat at restaurants. I don't eat at the gas station.
Yeah, but then you're doing it wrong. When I lived in South Carolina,
to shit fire 4 hours after.
I lived in South Carolina. I worked for a news channel, and I had to go cover this thing out in the middle of nowhere. It was a place called Green Sea Floyd's, and at the one gas station in Green Sea Floyd's, there was the inside had like a chicken restaurant type situation. It was all kind of like packaged to go. People from the South kind of know what this is. It was called Sugar Bears, but you were not able to pronounce it that way. You had to call it Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear.
Well, if it's an actual restaurant inside of the gas station,
I don't know
story.
if I would call it a restaurant.
The case.
It was not a restaurant. It was food served from there that happened to have a different name, but it was not. Let's make it very clear. This was not a sit-down affair. It was not a sit-down affair. This was to go.
That's
right?
Gas station chicken, Steven. That's a no from me, dog.
No, it was
scary.
Delicious.
Also pregnant, even scarier.
I have a take on this that said, if you have this much of a complex order you're giving to somebody, you're coming in. I don't care if you're having contractions. I know you're pregnant. You're coming the fuck in. I am not remembering all this. I'm not taking out my iPhone. I'm not voice memoing you.
Remember it either.
Right. And that's the part that they didn't show us is him coming back to the car and she's like, where's the so-and-so? And he's like, huh? I'm little Pat McAfee, huh?
I would say she should have at least texted it.
Yes. But like, you're coming in. If you keep asking for things and if it's more than 3 things and they're complex, you're coming in. I'm sorry. You're coming in. We're not dealing with this. This is the same issue I have at drive-thrus. If there's 5 people in the car and they are each going to order individually and yell through the speaker, you're going inside. Get the fuck out of my drive-thru. I don't care. Get the fuck inside. No, can't do that. Unless you're all obliterated and the inside is shut, you leave the drive-thru for people who know what their order is. We got to keep it moving.
You should be pulling up to the drive-thru knowing.
They
like
never
you can't
know.
be like turning around and asking everybody in the back seat what they're
But they do
getting.
it all the time. They do it all the time.
I don't disagree with that, but there needs to be some order to it.
Yeah. And there's no punishment for these people. There's no punishment other than me honking on my horn and being like, let's get this over with. It's McDonald's. You should know what they have.
I agree. I don't disagree with you on that part. But I have gone through the drive-thru with like 6 people in my car. Anyways, we keep finding out where everyone's at. And one of my favorite quotes of this episode comes in early here. From our guy, Steven, he says, Dad went out of town by himself with some friends. Ends up he took Masha. So let's do a quick English lesson here. When you say someone is by themselves, that means no one else is with them.
I'm confused. Can you do that again?
So when you're explaining to somebody that somebody is by themselves, that means no other human beings are with them. You cannot say that, for example, Dad went out of town by himself and then continue with the sentence to say, with some friends, ends up he took Masha.
Okay, can I do an example? Because I'm still not clear.
Go ahead, yeah.
So I went on a cruise with Mom LaFranc in April, and we went to various places in Mexico. I could say I went on a cruise by myself.
No, you can't, because you went with Mom LaFranc. So that is not by yourself. I understand, clearly, this is a Steven thing, you know? People named Steven don't understand what the word by themselves means.
First of all, that's very close to how dare you. That might be a V thing and not a PH thing. But
maybe because Dad said he went by himself, and Steven Jr. is the one telling the cameras that he went by himself. Because again, he is running from an FBI investigation, and they are $70 million in debt. So just keep everybody up to date.
Also,
what's going on?
What a move! What a move! Like an absolute G.
Again, continues to one-up himself and just being the worst.
It's so good.
He's terrible.
Oh, God. Like an absolute G, and Galena is unavailable for 2 days. We learn at the same time.
Oh, the radio silence from Galena. The best.
So good. So good.
So good. So very good. And then icing on the cake of this whole section, Steven has a backpack on.
Oh. Did
you see him backpack strapped to go into this meeting?
I did see that, but I didn't clock it.
And he had it tight. You know what I mean? It was
one of those type of guys.
It was up here with his cowboy hat on and his little boots. And he goes, I'm gonna sell this meat to this place. Dad's gonna be so proud of me, guys. I'm gonna get us out of this $70 million in debt. that this man has put us in and then ran away to Mexico.
Okay.
I got it.
I'm just going to say, not that I think this show would fuck with reality.
Oh.
However, the idea that Arthur Bryant's Barbecue is trying to source a new farm for meat.
Oh, they're not.
Feels like a bit of a stretch.
Oh, let's get into this whole part of the episode because so much to unpack here. First off, Steven says, every celebrity that comes here eats at this restaurant. And they're showing pictures of people on the walls. I didn't recognize a single fucking person that they showed on that wall. Not one.
Arthur Bryant is one of the big three in Kansas City. It is
I'm not saying that the restaurant isn't big. I just thought it was funny that they're like every celebrity comes here and they're showing pictures of people I have legitimately never seen before. And to try to be like you're this sick spot.
Yeah.
Like just show honestly,
show all the Ted Lasso stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. A photo of Arthur Bryant's was the background on Ted Lasso's computer in Ted Lasso as well.
That's funny.
So
I like that.
It's got
Why didn't
lore.
they do that?
Rights, I'm sure. Something with that. Absolute
Maybe.
Amazing. That's another thing. That's a big thing here in LA. You go in, they have photos of people on walls. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I don't think people are taking photos and putting them on the walls. I don't think we do that anymore. It's just like, oh, we got tagged on our Instagram. That's the new version of it.
I agree. It's like
to the point where it's
celebrity puts it on their story on Instagram or makes a little TikTok about it.
Then you can screenshot that and post it. That's actually what I'd like to see at a restaurant. Or
just have a TV going on loop with all of the stories that celebrities have done of your,
That's a good idea, Mix. That's
Sounds
real
way
good
better.
idea.
You know what else would have been better? This made me mad. And this is because this happens to me personally on a bi-daily basis.
I know where you're going. Hold on. Let me just quickly.
You gonna write it down?
I'm gonna be ready.
This meeting is the pinnacle of this should have been an email.
Okay.
They're talking about how much meat they need, when it needs to be delivered. How have we not had any of this discussion prior to this meeting? Why are we coming all the way to this store for this meeting? Why are we wearing a backpack for this meeting?
Yeah. Okay. What was you're saying you want brisket. Okay. I got it. Okay.
I didn't.
When do you need it? Okay. What? You needed it at 6 a.m.? What? Not that this would happen. What if I delivered it 2.5 hours late? How would that go?
Is it really important that I hit the time frame for you guys to be able to keep this fresh and cook it properly?
Considering you're one of the 3 largest barbecue restaurants in Kansas City, and that people make a specific trip to see you, is it a problem if I show up 2.5 hours late? Also, quick follow up on that. Do you require us to wear some sort of Magic Mike get up to deliver the meat? Let me write this note down.
Also, can you tell me exactly if you I really haven't eaten here before. I'd never heard of it. Can you tell me what meat you need?
Yeah.
Would you also like soybeans?
Yeah, we do some beans. We
do have some beans. We actually just bought new land. You should see the way the water runs off the hill.
If you thought you've seen good drainage before, boy, do I have some land to show you.
How? Just honestly, again, this could have been an email. It probably was in 5 to 10 different emails with production.
And then they're like, you need to go there and do this.
Maybe be telling one of the brothers about it versus doing this whole thing where they sit down. The fucking backpack sent me to the moon. I just got really mad because I was like, this is so fake and dumb. Fake and dumb.
Maybe there's a world where it wasn't, but it felt a little forced for TV.
Are you kidding me?
You know what this felt like?
You're right. Cal and Galena went and got coffee by themselves.
Calla, who's super said ex-girlfriend now, by the way, or first thing out of the gate in the show. It was like, hey, you know, it would be good if we could do this. Can you call that guy that you may probably know already and, you know, do this as like a favor? They can bring brisket. We'll give it to you at a good price just so we can have this moment for the TV show. And they're like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's a show on Bravo, so we'll get a little love from that. You know, we're not beyond promotion and stuff like that. So let's do that. And I love it. Like, oh yeah, you want to have you should have lunch real quick. Oh yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah, of course you will. Just take the food, take the delicious food, and be on your way.
I have a question for you, Steven.
Yes.
Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least likely and 10 being the most likely. How likely is it that Arthur Bryant is still selling any of the McBee McDynasty McMeat at their restaurant right now? If one of our listeners lives in the area and goes there, do they have McBee meat?
I'm going to put it at like 50-50.
I'm going to go with a 1. There's no chance. Especially after this issue. No way.
I'm going to go 50-50 just because, like, what's the hair off their back to take some meat? Now, to be their exclusive provider, they don't have the scale for that, I don't think. But to be like, hey, can you like supplement our meat and stuff like that? I think that's a possibility, but in terms of being the exclusive thing, I don't think they're at that level of production.
Way. You think Steven gets in his meat van twice a week and drives an hour and a half to drop off meat late, probably almost every time, but technically at 6 a.m.?
No. Somebody else wearing the Magic Mike fits is driving it to.
I don't know. I feel like Steven wouldn't allow anyone to drive that meat van other than him. That's his pride and joy right now. That's all he's got.
It is. Let's move back to the ranch.
Oh, should we?
Yeah, where little Pat McAfee Jr.
is using Google Docs for the first time.
He is. And it was a disaster.
I'm sitting there screaming Canva at the TV.
Canva needs to watch that and reach out to the McBees and be like, hey, let us give you a free pro trial. And in the days of Canva, how is this still allowed to take place? How is there nobody who is like, hey, we should try Canva? How is Casey not being like, hey, I saw this little thing on Canva, this cute announcement. She can't be happy with this.
No, she absolutely could not be happy with this. But I honestly think she's thrown the towel in on being happy in her life, generally speaking.
Well, first of all, she had to be furious because there was absolutely 0 antlers anywhere on these announcements.
Well, if they were on Canva, I think he would have been able to figure out how to add the antlers. I think because he was on Google Docs, he could not, he put the antlers in and then it did that weird spacing thing where it all like drops down strange.
There was the background that he couldn't edit out. So there's just like a box, like a gray box with an antler in it, and he's like, maybe I'll do this one. By the way, he calls her during this and is talking about things and is like, hey, so this is what it says. And she asks the father of her unborn child while being recorded for national television, hey, do you know how to spell pavilion?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a good question to ask. You can't judge her for
privately
asking him if and you also, Tess kind of like looked at him like, do you know how to spell pavilion?
He's like, I tried it the first time, but there was red under it. So I right-clicked and I changed it. So I got it.
Have you ever tried Google Docs? If you write something wrong, you can actually click on it.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Technology's insane.
Yeah, there's a little like guy who looks like a paperclip who came out and says, hey, it looks like you're trying to write a baby reveal.
Clippy. That was his name, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I miss him. Yeah, then they tape it to the bathroom door.
Okay, I'm sending you the photo. This needs to be a 20-minute conversation. Buckle the fuck up. Okay, it's on screen right now for everybody at home. Okay. First of all, this was not the one we saw them making on camera.
No, it's not the one that they were making on camera. Because to be quite honest with you, I'm sure. Because if I was a producer, you got to think about this. If you were a producer, if you were a director on that set, and you're watching this happen, and I'm sure there were maybe 2 words on the document while we were about 45 minutes in. I'm saying, hold on a second, and I'm just making something real quick. And that's exactly what this looks like.
I think somebody stepped in and was like, hey, respectfully,
this is so bad.
This is going to make you guys look like hillbilly yeehaw fucks. So let me step in real quick. Let's look at this image. It is taped to the bathroom door with 2 20-foot long pieces of packing tape. Problem 1. Problem 2, it is severely off skew.
It's terribly off skew.
It's like at a 20-degree angle. Also, let's not put it just clearly in front of the bathroom sign.
No, because people still need to know that the restroom's there, but they can't. Yes. They need to start reading restroom and then see the completely off-kilter gender reveal. Now, I will say this is nice because we now have a timestamp of generally where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
August 25th at 6 p.m.
Honestly, too close to my birthday. Too close to my birthday. Don't like that at all.
Can I just tell you my favorite part of this?
Yes. Is it the same as mine?
Probably. Well, the McHe or McShe is just 10 out of 10.
Great.
But somehow, having to list who the parents are of this baby is really rocket shipping me to the moon.
You got it right. You got it right. That tells me a few things, right? 1, there are so many gender reveals happening on this farm at this pavilion in this date and time range that they have to specify which gender reveal it's going to be. It makes no sense. Also, if we're looking at how this is being put together, the switching of colors between each word is giving 1999 instant messenger screen name away message. It's screaming this.
That's so specific, and you are so accurate on that.
Also, if we're just following the trend of everything, gender is one color, reveal is the other color, where is one color, the first name of the pavilion's one color, pavilion's a different color. All of that went out the window when we got to parents. It's all one color. That doesn't make sense.
Too, which is amazing.
Can we also shrink down pink or blue? It seems out of place. He couldn't figure out how to move it down because logistically, where, when, why, parents should be at the top.
Okay, Steven, parents shouldn't be anywhere.
Shouldn't be anywhere. However, I have just accepted my fate and will accept that is, for some reason, needs to be on there because, again, there's so many babies on this Mick farm that we need to specify in the Mick gender reveal.
There's too many Mick gender reveals happening.
Also, I would have not said any of this if it said Mick gender reveal. I would have been so in. I would have sent them flowers. I would have bought so much meat from them.
The McHe or McShe is
great.
Very well done.
Also, let's continue through with after the pink and blue. Clearly, we've changed our naming conventions because we go to McHe, or apparently is 2 words because we're changing the colors in the middle of it.
Yep.
And then McShe 1, and then we're gonna do a double question mark color change at the end. This, if I needed to pitch somebody on how to watch this television show. I would show them this still frame and this still frame alone, and they'd be like, when do I need to watch?
What time is it on?
What time? What network? How many things do I need to bring? And I just say, you will be sat.
Oh, it was
so delicious.
I needed more time spent on this. You're right. I don't like that we just jumped to it already being made.
But then the one they were showing on the McMac was much better. Where did that one come from? Why was that one not posted? Where did that one go? Did that go on a different
no,
restroom?
Let's go with the first draft. I think it's really important that people know who the parents are. I think you need to make sure that people know who is the parents of this child.
Maybe Tess saw it posted, and Tess was like, "Oh, sweetie, I can't do this to
it's out of order?
Casey. Yeah, we can't do this to poor Casey. You can't just post that. Like, I mean, first of all, again, there's no antlers on it. She's not going to like it.
Yeah.
And second of all, gross. Like, stop it. But
it's so bad, it's good.
Okay.
It's okay. It spins on its head. We could talk about this forever, but we got to keep moving. Now we get into the weeds of Kala, and they show her coming home from Dallas or coming back to her ex-boyfriend's house. I'm not entirely sure. Now, Steven, massive error here in the editing process, in the continuity of all of this. Did you catch it?
I don't think I did.
Do you remember when she was leaving and she called Steven and she said, I'm going to take whatever the fucking name of the smaller dog is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she apparently is just now coming home, and that dog is inside.
I did notice that in the moment, and I'm like...
So how long do you think that she actually was in Dallas? How long? Because they were putting like 3 days ago she was at the bar with her friends or something on the screen. How long has she been back? Because clearly they've had numerous conversations, and then the camera crew got there and she was like, okay, I'll drive down the street and walk back into the house for the first time. Because also those dogs weren't like seeing her for the first time dog energy. You know what I mean?
That's a good
point. They were like, mom went outside and dropped the trash at the end of the street and walked back in, dog excited.
That's a really good reference point. I don't know. Although I do know, as Steven said in this sequence, we've broken up, quote, 15 to 16 times, end quote. And he's like, and I'm not kidding. And I'm like, oh, I don't think any of us thought that.
I think that number's low.
You're right. 15 to 16 times in like 2 months?
I put you got to get those numbers up, buddy.
8 days ago, we had a fight. You're at a party. Smash cut. You're at the gender reveal. Great.
I'm also, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it was a big enough argument to be the reason that they are now like done forever. But that's bullshit. That car fight was like the end of it. For how long they've been together, back on and off, for that to be what solidifies it as the end is crazy to me. They have to get back together and break up again at some point during this season.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this was out of order, that this fight actually came later and they front-loaded it to the season to be like, oh my God, I can't believe she came back for the gender reveal. I don't think they broke up at this time. I think there's a lot of messing with our real timeline in the world, which honestly, don't care, love it, amazing. Mm-hmm. However, usually when I say that, I'm pretty sure because they don't like to do that. Yeah. Given this couple's track record, could be true. They could have broken up. They could have gone there. He could have messaged her. They could have sexted. She flies back down. Yeah. She brings the dog. She was there the night before the camera crew showed up. And they're like, hey, can you just like go back in the truck and like pull up? And then we're going to get you coming out of the house. Because you're right. The dog was the giveaway. They're like, somebody was like, fuck, we should have got her to get the dog.
I feel like there's so much going on that they're trying to fake that they like just forgot about it.
That's what I mean. That's what I said last episode. The story producer of this show has given up, is going through the motions. Just like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't
it
care. It
doesn't matter.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I really can't do this job anymore. He has threatened to quit multiple times over this.
I'll do it. I'll take it. I will stress myself out for this. I will not sleep for days. Oh my God.
Lose your mind.
I would lose it. Absolutely.
You'd end up being part of this show. because they would film you just berating these people.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I would just call Galena and I'd just be like, what's up, girl? Can you just like come over here and maybe like take a bat to a car window real quick? And that would save me like 8 hours. I could sleep tonight because I know the next episode's good.
Yeah. Fantastic. Where do we go next, Mix? Actually, I
have more about this because...
Oh, do you? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'll breeze through it.
No, that's fine. Take your time.
Calla says to her now ex-boyfriend, everyone I know out there has a parent as a co-signer. So she is now, one, saying that she needs him to co-sign this apartment, which he's actually not at any point saying no to, by the way. And two, she's basically saying he's her parent now. That she's viewing him as like a parent with money. And then she says in her interview, trust me, I don't want any ties to Steven. But you're asking him to co-sign your apartment and referring to him as your parent.
Seems like a weird movie.
I hate it, but I was helped at the very end here because Calla walking away to go to the guest shower is this week.
Congratulations!
Of the week. Of the week. Great. Needed some butt to break up whatever the fuck that whole conversation was. They're like friends now. She's like, can I use the shower still? And he's like, use the guest one. And he's like, just kidding. Of course you can. Weird.
She likes to sit on a counter is one of the things I learned from this episode.
I like it.
Big counter sitter.
I'm a big counter sitter myself.
Are you really?
Yeah. I also like do not sit in chairs properly. I'm sure you guys have noticed like my knee is always up here. I am never... You see me at work, Steven. I'm constantly sitting on my feet or pretzeled into some weird side angle of a chair. I like a good counter sit.
The fact that Mixie has not torn her meniscus at work by pretzeling herself, there's sometimes with like various shoe options where like one's on, one's off as she's doing these things. And then she's got to be like, oh, I'll be right there to go like help somebody. She's got to like,
I have to put my shoes back on.
She's got to like get her leg out from like a weird position. And then she's got to put her shoe on and then like walk around all these wires.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets there and then she comes back and then like, I don't know, crisscross applesauce in a chair that's not built to crisscross applesauce.
Oh, no. The chair I'm in now, this is not how you should be sitting in.
This is shocking. It's shocking to absolutely no one who knows you in real life.
I like a counter sit. I'm in for it.
It just makes me think, Mix is a baby Mix. When she was put in one of those high chairs where like your legs have got to like go in, was probably just like itching to get out all the time.
I probably hated it, yeah. Mm. I was like, nope. Probably just getting my leg up above my head and trying to slide my body out of one of the leg holes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like a little snake.
I'm a sneaky snake. We now get back to the meat van.
The McDelivery, which brings us...
Oh, no.
Oh.
Galena has not answered her phone.
She has not answered her phone in 2 days.
And the meat needs to be delivered. Whatever will we do? Let's spend 15 minutes trying to open a freezer crate because you know these two have never had to actually do it before.
It was in the sun, so the heat expanded.
Yep.
And if Steve, Mr. Muscles, McMuscles, can't open that, God bless whoever is normally trying to open that thing.
Yep.
And they keep saying, Galena's not answering. Galena's not answering. Now, my favorite part of this is that he had to call younger brother because I think he really thought it was going to be taken care of from Galena. I think they just thought that was going to be a little moment And Galena would take care of it, and then they'd have their little moment where Steve would go back in there. Hey, how was the meet? How did you enjoy that? But they happened to catch them on a day where this was the set of circumstances.
I agree with you. I think this was supposed to be like a completely clean setup of like,
yes,
they go
deliver
make the deal.
Yes.
They showcase how great their meat is. They deliver it. Then they go back a week later, they eat it, and they go, oh, wow, the meat tastes so good. And then the Arthur people are like, yeah, it's been great. Everybody's loving it, saying the quality's great. Like, this was supposed to be their, like, look how good the farm is doing moment.
Yes. It's great. There are a few logistical options in my head for how I thought that would actually play out, because that would mean the camera crew would be hanging out in the city house, which we'll get to at the end of the show, and him calling him so early that he needs to come back to help him do that, as if there's not an entire farm's worth of people that could help him load the truck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to wait an hour and 20 minutes for you to come down the road for this big thing before I load anything in, because literally nobody else on the farm can do this for us.
Yes, and also Jesse was in no rush after that phone call. He finished making breakfast. He went in and told her. I do think that they had probably, now that we're discussing this, I think that they were setting up for them to have that conversation that we see later on the porch.
Yeah.
At the city house, and then this phone call happened.
This was going to be one of those, like, see, this is why this house would be great, because you can be here, we can have breakfast together, and then you can make your drive. And then it just so happened to be that they were embedded with them at the time. It's like, hey, I need you to come down here. And he reacted like, he's like, huh? I'm making breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, because he's thinking exactly what you said. There's got to be 15 other people there that can help him make this delivery and do this.
And he did what I used to do when I worked in local news, and somebody would call me and be like, hey, we need you to go to this random car accident. And I'm like, okay, I'm like an hour and 20-minute drive away from this car accident. Are you sure you want me to go to that? Is there literally nobody else closer than an hour and 20 minutes away?
Yeah.
Because if this is a time-sensitive matter, like delivering brisket to a barbecue place, it seems like maybe I'm not the top choice for this.
Yeah.
Maybe little Pat McAfee Jr. can do something about this, but maybe he's typing up his glorious...
he's working on the Word doc to tape on the door.
And they were going to have him do that, but then the producer there's like, we cannot cut away from this scene. This is the best thing I've ever shot in my life. You should see this Word doc.
To help you load the meat van. So sorry, find somebody else.
So they have to get it out of... For some reason, it's kept in one of these trailers. And then they start loading it into the McBee meat van. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to play America's favorite game. Mixie was right.
I knew it was. It had to have been.
Refrigerated truck. 100%.
Yeah, which is why it was so expensive.
Yes. Congratulations, as always. You were right.
I do think he bought this. Again, I think that this has been in the works this entire time. He knew he was driving there. He knew that this whole thing was happening. And he wanted like a van to have a nice shot outside of the restaurant. They can put it on the website, you know.
Yeah, they have these fits that were clearly specially ordered for this. Yeah. I can't get over the fits. I've mentioned them multiple times. They were not mentioned. It was not mentioned why they were wearing these things. Honestly, just show up in regular cowboy gear and it would look more authentic. This looked like people cosplaying to be the McBees.
You know, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong.
And I just love how earlier in the show, Steven's like, I'm in charge of this now. I'm going to lead this. Nobody else could do this. And then the biggest deal ever for the farm, he's 2 hours late.
Yep.
Classic.
And also, like, he couldn't have started unpacking this trailer while Jesse's driving there.
No.
There were so many things that could have made them not be 2.5 hours late to this delivery that they were just like, whatever.
Have somebody off camera start loading it in. Cut it out. Just show Steven grabbing them.
Call them. call the fucking store. For them to be opening the gates and being like, so what's going on, guys? You're 2.5 hours late. How are you not contacting them?
I think they were
5 to 10 minutes after you were supposed to deliver it, being like, hey, I'm sorry.
Hey, the door was stuck to our meat. We'll send you the footage. We couldn't open the trailer to the meat barn.
The Magic Mike outfits that we had bought, they weren't fitting our muscles properly. We had to get them re-sewn a little bit. Trust us, it's worth it.
Yeah. The best part, again, of the Magic Mike fits were that they got out and wore these fits to the back delivery door. Not anyone saw these people in these fits.
Nope.
Nobody saw this. This was like, hey, we're going to be like delivering the meat. We're going to like look put together as like we're running meat through the front door.
And that guy seemed legitimately annoyed too.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, I realize I did this as a favor. You guys are late and
you're in fucking costumes. Like,
but
what?
This is ridiculous. I got, you know how much money I make here in a day?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much money we make here in a day?
Yeah.
I don't need to be playing this television show bit. I gotta serve the meat.
You. Yeah,
I gotta serve the meat. And the worst part is, like, normally I wouldn't be here for meat deliveries, but I have to be here right now. So this is a problem for me.
And I've been here for 2.5 hours.
I have been.
Because we didn't know when your dumbasses were showing up, because no one called.
My call time on the sheet was 5 a.m. It's now 8:30, you fuck.
You know he was sitting right at the crafty that they had with, like, a couple of chips and stuff, and he's, like, answering emails on his phone just fucking livid.
It's like, these fucking people aren't here. It's fine. As long as they don't show up in a fucking costume to deliver. Oh, God damn it.
What is this fucking van? Are you serious? There's a
QR
code on the side.
Jesus Christ.
Ridiculous, stupid, dumb. Once again, I know this doesn't need to be said, but I feel I should say it. All of this is because of their father again. Like, all of this is because of their father. Their father fucked the lady that runs the company and then cheated on the lady that runs the company with her best friend, quote unquote, and then disappeared. Also got an FBI investigation happening and also $70 million in debt. But I digress. It's gender reveal party time, and this is the gender reveal party for the parents that are Casey and Colt. Just to be clear.
Oh,
it's not the other ones.
Okay, I'm so glad you reminded me who this was for.
I needed to read the invite again.
Yeah, it's like, hold on, is this the right pavilion? It's like going to the park for a kid, like in the summer in Florida. And, like, every booth is reserved for a different party. There's, like, balloons at every one. And you're like, hold on, is which pavilion is that? Pavilion 4? No, we need to be at Pavilion 12. And you're looking for the signs. You're like, oh, we're going to make a right. Oh, Pavilion 12. Oh, I see Johnny. There we go. That's the one.
Yeah. Yep. It's like Chuck E. Cheese, all the tables that are in a line, and you got to find which one is your friend's birthday party.
100%.
Absolutely. Now, the whole thing, the buildup of this is Calla being like, oh, I hope it's not weird. And Steven's like, it's going to be great. Don't worry about it. Everyone's going to be super chill. I'll make sure it's not awkward. Decides to not tell anyone that Calla's coming.
Yeah. Also, I just did some journalism. I did some research. This was August 25th.
Yep.
2024 at 6 p.m., which is a Sunday, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 p.m. We're shooting at 6 p.m. on a Sunday. Odd shooting time, but I digress. Also, that was the day Mom LaFranc flew back to Tampa from her birthday trip out here. So,
well, she should have landed, and maybe she was in the plane that they shot the gender reveal smoke out of, which was not how I was. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So Calla shows up. Everyone is annoyed and pissed. Not even I think that they're annoyed and pissed that Calla's there. I think it's more of like a, hey, how could you not tell us this?
Again.
He is undefeated in this. And, you know, I shockingly, I felt bad for Calla during this whole thing. She was clearly trying to help. She was trying to be nice. She was trying to be involved. Everyone is just so confused because Steven went on a rant how many days ago in that kitchen, just shitting all over her yet again, and then doesn't tell any of them that she's coming. I'm sure their family group chat is full of texts from him being like, I'm never going to be with her again. I never want to see her face again. And then she walks in with balloons and cupcakes.
Well, see, there's the thing. There's the thing you said. You said, you at no point during that did you say he doesn't want to see her tits again.
No.
So that's where you made the mistake. That's where you made the mistake. Yeah, you said face or her, but you left out the tits. He wants to see the tits again.
Obviously.
I mean, why would you not? Honestly.
I was dying laughing when she was moving that table that had the antlers on it. Please tell me you
Of course. Of course. Of course, I have
Steven's got to be loving this.
I immediately screenshot it.
Yep.
I was like, oh, antlers, big surprise. And because we are the number one, Mixie journalism so hard, she found this photo of the actual baby on Instagram, and look at what we see, boys and girls. Surrounded by antlers.
Congratulations on your beautiful baby
Gorgeous
girl.
Baby.
I would argue that the antlers are distracting from your gorgeous baby, and maybe you should reconsider.
It's giving slightly culty.
Just now, you're feeling that way?
This part, because
I wish
it's like,
they had more clothes with their logo on it. I wish there were more signs on the farm that's theirs of their shit. I wish they had stickers that are covering all of their fucking cars. What's that? The helicopter that they can only fly on their own property? Let's make sure it says the name of the farm on it.
Yeah. It's all marketing, Mix. Come on, you gotta know this stuff. Slap a logo on it.
Fucking so stupid. It is culty. This whole fucking thing is culty.
Just the antlers surrounding the baby is definitely a choice. It's a choice. I get that you like a vibe and you have a certain aesthetic on your IG. Don't need to, it's a pass. It's not my personal style. You know, sometimes you go along with things as a husband, I'm sure, or a baby daddy, and I'm sure he was okay with this. Not would have been my choice for my firstborn child to be surrounded by
after
antlers,
seeing that Google Doc printout, I think it was his idea.
He couldn't pull this photo shoot off, let's be honest. He wasn't the creative director on this, let's be honest.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is there a more hillbilly yeehaw fuck way to do a gender reveal?
Let us know in the comments. What is the most hillbilly yeehaw fuck way of doing a gender reveal? Let's quickly improv some ideas here.
Okay. I'm thinking like there's beer cans and they shoot a rifle at the beer can and it explodes with the color.
Yeah, there's that. There's also you could do something that involves like the smoke coming out of a pickup truck, and you just rev the engine, and then that's the color that comes out of that.
I feel like both of these would already be better than what happened.
Yeah, you could kill an animal and slice it open and take a photo with it, and the inside is either blue or pink. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that's honestly, that would be impressive.
Let's see, what else could you do? Oh, you could just like, do something trailer parky, if you wanted to, if we're really leaning in it, it's like, oh, hey, I have this pack of white beaters. Which color are they going to be? White or are they going to be blue or pink?
Yeah, maybe. The thing is about this as well that was upsetting to me is the way that they spoke about it. I thought this helicopter was going to drive and it was like, almost like crop dust, the lake, right?
Yeah.
Like it come out of the back.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. It was just two people sitting in a helicopter,
pouring
shooting
shit
it
out.
off.
It's pouring stuff out. At that point, we could have, why did we need to do this?
We didn't need to do any of this.
We could have done a cake. We could have done something a lot simpler.
That's what made it so hillbilly yeehaw fuck to me.
Well, most hillbilly
it wasn't
yeehaws,
even coming out of the helicopter. It was just a bucket being dumped.
I thought maybe they would like drop something from the helicopter and then it hit the water, and then the water would like turn a certain color.
All of these things are better than what happened. Literally everything that we've listed.
There's like two people just like pouring stuff out of the helicopter, and I'm just like, oh, okay. It's a girl. Regular Steven, not senior, was dying at the idea that Cole could have a daughter. And he's like, it's just payback. And I'm thinking,
if this is the payback he gets.
Yeah. What was this kid doing in this town to where he escaped teen pregnancy so many times?
Yeah.
Like, what was little Pat McAfee Jr.'s move? Because
honestly, he was probably too fucked up to be able to finish.
I
think that's how he escaped it.
How was he pulling these women in this town? Like, I don't get it. What is his selling point? I'm missing it. He seems nice, but he's a little Pat McAfee. I don't get it, but okay.
It's a great question to ask. Mom McBee seemed McThrilled about having a daughter. She was crying. That was sweet. A granddaughter. Another personal favorite line from this whole episode was, it's a girl. Everybody's excited. They're all, talking about it. The first thing Mini Pat McAfee says, periods, Barbies, and pink. That's what he thinks women are.
That's girls. So let's play Jeopardy with this. What was the question asked by production? Oh, okay. I got one. Having a girl means what?
Okay.
Periods, Barbies, pink. Yeah.
When you think about having a girl, what comes to mind?
Love that one too. Name the top 3 things about women. Periods, Barbies, pink. I think it had to be one of those 3.
It had to be one of those 3.
Had to be one of those 3. Also, after the gender reveal, here's one of the things I do love when country men get girls during the gender reveal. They all reacted the same way little Pat McAfee Jr. does. Is they put on the bravest face possible. Not once did I see him kiss his pregnant wife, his pregnant girlfriend, and he couldn't even fake enthusiasm for having a daughter.
No, he couldn't. He was like, oh.
God damn it, son of a bitch. And they cut to Steven. They cut to Steven. And I've never seen him more excited than when he was on Joe Millionaire. Honestly, he was this was the highlight of his life to this point.
And honestly, it's funny.
He had just delivered meat 2.5 hours late the day before.
Yeah, he needed to pick me up.
That's what he got. He got it. I love it so much. Casey's like, he's going to love being a girl dad. He likes his hair brushed and facials. Yeah, we all do. I'm just going to break it to you. We all do, okay?
Respectfully, yeah. This is not like groundbreaking. Oh my God, my man's so in touch with his feminine side. He brushes his hair.
No. Like he enjoys her brushing his hair. Yeah.
Of course. Anybody does. That's what half the reason people go to the hair salon.
It's so nice and relaxing. I'm probably going to get that done later when I go get my hairs cut. They're going to do like I'm going to be like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't like crush him for that. Sorry he doesn't have more antlers at the house for you. But like, come on, give the guy a break.
We find out it's a girl. Cole is in the middle of reeling from that. And then Galena comes back. And Galena picks the best time to do this. Throws everyone into absolute chaos. We get a very, very grainy clip of Galena going into the chicken coop at Boss Man's house that she used to live at and no longer does. And it is a full panic. They're clearly getting texts from someone or some ones and they have to go check on the chickens because Galena gets the chickens killed.
Allegedly.
Also, allegedly puts Masha's stuff in a trash bag and hid it.
What's the end goal of this?
I don't know, but it's so petty and awesome.
It feels so middle school, high school.
It is.
From a woman who is like the CFO of this company. It's
insane how like childish this is. It's fucking crazy. Also, it's like, does she legitimately think like, okay, if I get these chickens killed and if I take all of her clothes and put them in a trash bag, Boss Man's gonna remember that he loves me and come back to me.
God, I remember the chaos that I loved about that. You know what I mean? Not the fact that...
you know what? I wish that I had Galena, because Galena wouldn't have left the chicken coop open for there to be chickens that were killed. And also, that's the other thing about the logistics of this storyline. According to what I'm thinking here, Masha and Bossman have been out of the country for a few days. So how is it that all of the sudden the chicken coop is open?
Because she went to open it.
But is she trying to pin it on like Masha being like?
No, I think this is revenge. This is like a Russian thing. Like,
okay,
you betray me, I will take the things that you love the most, starting with your chickens.
Not Pumpkin, though. Thank God Pumpkin made it out alive.
This was enthralling television. I was dialed in from the moment. I was because too. At first, as you do in any good story, you need to set the scene. You need to go from this joyous occasion, we're bringing life into the world, and we can't just hard turn you into chickens dying. We need you to first change your perspective, to start questioning what's going on. And they do that by by having Kala just leave the party in Steven's truck. We're not told where she's going.
Nope.
She just goes, see ya, and leaves in the truck. Is she going back to the house? When she goes back to the house, is she getting the little dog and driving back to wherever she may or may not live now? Does she have a flight, since it is a Sunday night? She's trying to catch a Sunday night flight back to Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, is that what's going on here? Like, no question. So now I'm in the mindset, ooh, intrigued. What's happening? And then we got all of that. And then Stephen McBee, in an absolute move for the number one, says, how can I level this up? Let's FaceTime Masha. And as I hit FaceTime and it rings once, I hot potato it to somebody else. Like,
Cole, also, by the way, Mr. I just found out an hour ago that I'm having a girl and my whole mind is in a tailspin. Let me FaceTime this blacked out Russian woman.
So drunk. So drunk.
And show her dead chickens.
Hey, this one's here. Hey, look around. They're all laughing. The other two guys are laughing.
Oh.
So they think this is just absolutely insane behavior all the way around.
It's amazing.
Little Pat McAfee on the way over there is clearly not getting the lunacy of all of this, because he tries to take it at face value, Mix. He saying the following line brings us to our new game that I don't think we've ever played on McBee McDynasty McQuestions on McBravo on McMondays, called Yeah, That's How It Works. Let's play the audio.
You can't just go into someone's house for the fifth time. That's illegal. Like, you can literally get in trouble with the law for doing what you're doing.
It's almost like breaking and entering.
It's almost like breaking and entering. Yes, that's how it works, little Pat McAfee Jr. That is illegal. I like how you had to try to make sure that the other people in the car knew that. Yeah. We got it.
I think that is how it works. Just he was acting like he knew, but he wanted to make sure that that's actually how it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't break into this.
That's illegal, right? If you guys, even if you used to live there, you don't anymore. That's
It's illegal, right?
It's called something like breaking and entering, something like that. Right, guys?
Yeah, but somebody told me that if you used to live there, maybe you could still do it. I don't know. But I definitely never did anything like this.
Yeah. So I wouldn't know. Amazing.
Maybe
the frying pan on top of it, the cowboy hat smashed in, and then as if it couldn't get better.
Yes. Put the cherry on top.
Guess who decides to answer the phone? Galena.
Amazing.
And this maniacal laugh that clearly probably only happened once, that
looped.
they just kept putting in
Yes.
between every single sentence she said.
100%.
So fucking funny.
Clearly,
Ask your whore. Ask his whore. The way she says whore every time, too.
An ADR conversation for the ages.
Truly, half of that is AI, probably.
It could be. Yeah, they created a voice clone of her, and then they had the AI voice clone. And you can usually tell this because they put like an extra filter on it to really make it sound like it's coming from the phone. Yeah. But it didn't match the other sound coming from the phone.
Yep.
They tried their best. And again, the editor of this is like, guys, I'm trying my best. And the story producer is like, I don't give a shit.
Also, I thought it was amazing that at no point did she deny doing any of this. Did she even like hesitate? No. Like, Steven's like, where's her makeup? And she goes, I don't know, check the pantry maybe.
Why would it be there? Why would it be there?
Galena, is her clothes in a trash bag? Yes.
Could be.
Maniacal laugh.
Yeah, why would Galena, the makeup is in the pantry. How would you know that?
How did you know it was there?
I don't know, just a good guess.
It was just so funny that there was no like, hey, Galena, you can't do that. Like, you can't just do this.
In retrospect, Jesse and Steven Jr. were waiting on little Pat McAfee to be like, hey, yeah, you can't do that. That's illegal, right? That's the same stuff as that's the stuff I was talking about before. You can't do that. That's illegal. You can't like.
Yeah, they needed their Pat McAfee lawyer to be like, hey, Galena, it's the McBee McLawyer. Yeah. You did do a thing called, and he's like on his phone searching for what it's called. Breaking and entering, I think is, yeah. That does seem to be illegal. So maybe don't do that.
When you take a frying pan and you're angry, and the only thing that they allegedly found that was dented or broken was a cowboy hat.
Well,
what the little fuck?
The cowboy hats make sense. I'm sure that she knows he likes those, and she went in and just like popped them, right? Like those are easy to fuck up. But even Steven, when he was holding the frying pan, was like, she had to have hit this against something.
They never found out what it was.
No.
Why do we only give this 5 minutes?
Thank you, Steven, because they finished this scene, and then the next scene we go to is Jesse and Allie talking about where they're living. And I write down, I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to care about where these guys are living. I don't. Where is Galena? What is happening with the frying pan?
I needed a full investigation about the frying pan. What you found it broken. You found it dented. Examine the property.
And she's not small, or she's not big. Like, she can't just like hit it once on something or like bend that with her arms. Like, she fucking spent time slamming that thing against something. Is that how the car got fucked up? Do you think this is all out of order and that's also how the car got fucked up? She took the frying pan to the car?
She left. Okay, so there's a scenario where you're right. There's a scenario where in the real timeline, the Porsche was left there before they went out of town for their trip, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to leave the car here. We're going to go out of town for the trip. She takes the frying pan, goes out to the car, bashes the car with the frying pan.
Yep.
$7,000 worth of damage, but we put that at the front to show what's possibly coming here on this season. That would be some great. That's where the story producer was like, I'm just devoting my life to fucking this timeline up. I can't be bothered by these little moments.
Also, like, how is she getting into the home? Like, you gotta know if your ex-girlfriend is this fucking insane. You gotta be changing some codes.
Yeah.
You gotta be changing locks. You're buying Porsches. It's not like you don't have any money to buy Porsche, or anything else, but you change the locks.
Well, also, there's a scenario where didn't Galena say that she's done this to other people before? So maybe she got a Porsche from the last relationship she was with. Maybe she married somebody, got divorced, got some settlement, bought a Porsche.
Maybe,
with
but
it.
I don't.
It's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we just like leave whether the chickens are dead or not. There was no like confirmation other than like, hey,
nothing.
We're just missing 2. Okay, where did they go? Are they dead? Did they like go out? Did they like walk out the door? Where are they gone?
Did she like slit their throats and put them on the bed? Like,
there's also another scenario, Mixie. Let's just go into the weeds even more, where Masha killed her own chickens, her own chickens.
To frame Galena?
To frame Galena.
I mean, maybe if Galena actually gave any sort of like fight that it wasn't her.
And if there wasn't security camera footage of her going into the chicken coop. Yeah, but that, like in a weird like movie, this would be like the move, right? And be like, oh, I'm gonna frame her for all this, and then she just happens to walk in.
She's actually the crazy one out of all of it at the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the house convo briefly.
We don't have to.
No, I would like to talk about it because it brings me back to the point I made last episode. Then why build the house there? This was not a conversation at the time. Did we really not think this out? She's saying my family is here. Okay, well, they're an hour away then. They're not 5 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be on the farm more than I think you need to be that close for the hospital, I'm going to assume. I'm on his side here.
Yeah, I mean, she can get a job closer.
Probably.
There are probably hospitals closer. Or she gets an apartment. They don't build a whole fucking house.
But then there's this same question about, like, are you coming up and staying up here? And he's like, I can't. But you
also know that, like, she doesn't technically need to be working. And I'm sure she wants to. So, like, you find a middle ground of, like, okay, you go Monday through Wednesday. You work 3 shifts. And then you come back to the farm the rest of the time. Yeah. Like, he can't move.
No, he can't. Yeah, he can't go anywhere.
And I don't understand why she's expecting him to be like, yeah, I'll come to that's insane.
I'll be an hour and a half away from the farm that needs me to be there immediately to drive
I feel like
meat.
This, to be honest with you, Steven, I think this city house is all of theirs. I think all of them have access to this house, and they go and use it as it makes sense. She just happens to be using it more because of the hospital. I think that this entire storyline was just made up because they needed some sort of issue for these two to have to be like, oh, where they live might really cause them not to get married, even though they've been together 18 of the 19 years they've been alive.
It's possible.
It stinks of bullshit.
She's not a good enough actor to pull off how disappointing she is, and you can tell she's like kind of holding her words at some points during any conversation they have about this. She looked really defeated when he said, I'm not moving, in a way
There's
where
no way that she expected anything other than that, though.
But I think she did, and I think she got a little. They had the extra money. They wanted to build a house. He's probably like, I don't think it's a good idea. She's like, it'd be good. I'll be close to my family, you know, if we ever decide to get married. Also, the other thing. Okay. Whose house is it? Legally, whose house is it? Because you're not married.
Probably the dad's.
You're not married, so whose house is it? Who's got the deed on the house? Who's the owner of the house?
We'll find out when the FBI audits the farm.
There's so many layers of this that he was taking that money and just like, we have to use it, but build a house.
Exactly.
Build a house somewhere.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Allegedly.
I'm guessing. I have no information other than.
Let's talk about the last point here, Mix. Galena just shows back up.
Galena shows back up. Steven is trying to be Mr. Hardo. Hey, you can't just disappear and then kill my dad's new girlfriend's chickens. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm Team Galena on this.
Are you really?
I am.
Okay.
I'm Team Galena. Steven should not be mad at Galena. Steven should be mad at his father. I do not understand how any of this has not fallen back on, hey, Dad needs to stop posting on his story that he's with Masha. He needs to not tell people that she's in Mexico with him. All of this, do we honestly think that Galena's going to handle this situation properly? No. They know who she is. They know she's fucking crazy. She's done crazy fucking shit this entire time. Anyways, even when they were together, she was doing crazy fucking shit. She's clearly going to lose her goddamn marbles. He should not have A, fucked her to begin with, B, continued to fuck her while fucking her best friend, then C, kicking her out, moving her best friend in, all while she's still running the company. If you're gonna do this, can her.
They can't can her because she knows where the bodies are buried.
Well, and again, whose fault is that?
And she did that.
Dad!
She did that. I think Steven came back and was like, hey, you run our fucking operation.
Totally.
I had to deliver this meat, which I thought you were going to handle. And then I found out you don't. And then you don't answer your fucking phone for 2 days. I left you messages. And then you're just going to show up in this fucking office and be like, hey, how are things going?
Yep.
And I'm like, are you fucking serious?
That's fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
She's got him handcuffed.
But
it's Dad's fault. It's their dad's fault.
I don't think it's this specific case is not Dad's fault.
It is.
Her still being a crazy person and not being able to move on. He's just like, and then she's like, oh, the FBI thing. And he's like,
oh, when she dropped the FBI thing and his face, and he's like, don't even start with me in the FBI investigation. Don't talk about that. Come here. And it's like he's Big Dad that found out that there's an F on the report card and brings her into a side room. As soon as that door shuts, I'm like, they're ripping off mics right now.
Yes.
But I know Bravo's going to be mic to door anyways. This is not their first rodeo of this. Ugh. This was television. And
they keep cutting to the lady at the thing, and she's just like sitting there typing.
Do you think so? His whole thing was that like everybody in the office apparently doesn't know about this FBI
I agree that
investigation.
they had no idea.
You think so?
100%.
Wouldn't like the FBI or people be coming in and getting documentation and having a warrant and stuff?
Not necessarily. They could have served it to the attorney representing the thing, and they're just like, let's not talk about this openly yet until we really like know what's going on. I think that's more likely what happened. And they were like, hey, let's keep this under wraps because she's the CFO. And what we do know about the actual case is that, it had something to do with money being spent on stuff and money being claimed. I don't see how she gets wrapped up in this other than...
I don't think she is.
Well, I do feel like maybe she was the person who, again...
It might have been. She may have dropped a couple nuggets of information and walked away. But
she might have been...
When you fuck the crazy girl
yes.
that's in charge of your finances at your office.
Especially the crazy Russian girl.
Yeah.
All the time, they just keep doing these like cutaways to her being like, oh, yeah, I so like living with you. And then Steve Sr. just looks like, what have I done to myself here?
I don't want to be in a serious relationship, but if I wanted to, it would be you is one of my favorites.
The diabolical nature of
diabolical, yes.
Just imagine saying that to somebody
statement,
and that person just happens to just stay around.
And that person smiles and is like, if he wanted to, I would be first in line. That's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible, awful, horrible. But I think this is now leading us into next episode, FBI investigation time.
I think it could. I wonder how much
fingers crossed.
McBravo know about all this when they started to film this season, what was going on, what was coming out at the same time. Like there's a world where I believe Galena whistleblowed this whole thing to get back Bossman.
I would not be surprised.
And she was like, "Oh, I like right when this happened, she whistleblew, called in. Maybe, hey, he's been falsifying this."
It doesn't seem like she's involved in it, like because she would be running. She has probably, I don't know how she is a citizen of this great country that we are in, but I'm sure she has some sort of green card or documentation to be here. I think that she's probably a little bit a part of what was happening and then realized that she wasn't going to get it back and was like, if I go and tell them, I'll clear my name. I'll be like, I'll tell you everything I know, but you can't get me in trouble.
Well, yeah, she took an immunity deal.
100%. The more we talk about this, the more I think this is exactly what happened.
Fraudulently reporting like stuff to the government about like your crop yields, and you get like reimbursements from the government if like you have like crop stuff, from my understanding of reading what was going on. And basically Boss Man was like falsifying like, hey, we have to have so many soybeans, that we didn't have so many soybeans. So you get like insurance payments back for your yields. You don't go in the hole and we lose all of our farmers. I'm supposed to believe everything we've seen on this show, that Galena touches every part of this business, everything. Yep. She's so smart. Steve Jr. says this all the time. Like, she's so integral. She knows everything that's going on in the businesses.
Organized.
That she had no idea that we were lying on these things. No shot. I think she whistleblew. She said, I'll tell you everything. I want an immunity deal to pay this guy back for fucking my Russian best friend.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But
I completely allegedly agree with you. I think that's a no-brainer. Also, can we also talk about real quick that in classic Steve Jr. fashion, picks up the phone and immediately calls mom.
Yeah. And maybe, again, in our timeline, maybe this is when mom actually comes onto the show. He calls her. We have that meeting that we saw last time. This is where the breakup actually happens and all these other things. Like, again, timeline, don't care. Love everything about McBee, McDynasty, McBravo, and McMondays with McCafes.
And another Mick incredible episode. I am on the edge of my seat for the next one. Now, here is something that we do need to preface to you guys that I'm very sad about. This is the last screener that we have available right now. So I don't know timeline-wise when we will be getting the next one, when we'll be able to record, and when we'll be able to drop said episodes. We will continue to do it. I just cannot guarantee that the drop dates that we have currently will continue. We just don't know.
Yes. Also with Destination X and the challenge both taking place on Tuesday then Wednesday, we're talking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday shows, which makes our lives a little difficult with recording and editing all these episodes.
Yay!
And getting them out to you. So again, if you don't watch our other shows, maybe you should just play them in the background so we get the view count for it. Just a thought. We'd appreciate that.
It would be nice.
And,
how are you liking the ads?
Yeah, somebody wrote like, I didn't get any ads on that. Maybe you have a premium thing, so you didn't get any ads during that.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Ad blocker or something. I don't know.
Maybe I should watch a YouTube video about YouTube ads, and then ironically, I would get an ad during the middle of the YouTube. Oh,
wow,
big brain. God, it's like Inception all over again. My goodness,
that would be incredible. But as Steven said, we still have Destination X going on. The challenge is coming back here in a little bit as well. Smash or Pass could be in your near viewing future. Who knows? So make sure you're subscribed to us on all of the platforms so that you don't miss out on any of the new posts. We love you guys so much, and we will see you for the next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye. We love you.